And Sacco kind of debuting again after taking a bit of a
Yeah.
break. So
Yeah, absolutely.
we've got a bit of a storyline there.
Okay, what do you reckon about the orange blips on Sacco's heat map? Is he that precise that he always places the same units in the same locations, even though there's so
Yeah.
many of them?
Yeah, no, I think that is what it is.
That's crazy, man. Like he I mean he does measure a lot. Like I remember watching his streams and like he doesn't eyeball things either. He like uses a reference point, like say the wall, like the flanks, and then he'll be like one,
Mm.
2, 3, 4, and like
Yeah,
places
I've seen that as
everything.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of insane though. I
It
guess we
is,
have
right?
like some of those too, but it's way more overlap on Raccoon's side of the field.
For sure. The yellow is sort of like the extraneous positions where he's like off by 1 because he doesn't measure when there's like orange neighboring it.
Yeah.
5, 4.
Well, either way, game 1 of this best of 3 is about to go underway. We are in the lower bracket, and whoever wins this series will be going on to face Horrible Will next.
Indeed, life is on the line here. Typhoon Specialist is a great pickup here. Huge defensive pack. Like, you kind of don't want to aggro into that. So if Sako takes speed here, I'm feeling a little nervous. But he doesn't.
Oh, okay. Well, we mentioned the spiders. This probably will be some aggro then.
I think so. Spiders are typically not great on standard as they do have a low range and not really special techs that scale well. So indeed aggro it is. Looks like he's thinking no, he's not going to screen with the crawler. You certainly don't need to screen if you plan on winning round 1. You want your tarantulas to tank. And Fang's here in front.
That'll give Sacco something to shoot at though. Tarantulas will immediately connect with the unit they're supposed to kill, which is the chaff.
Yeah,
And then the
that is
question
true.
is, can they get through the sledgehammers? It's always a bit of a stalemate, I feel, between the two. Like, Sledgehammer can't really kill Spider because it's too tanky, but then Spider doesn't have enough damage at level 1 to kill Sledgehammers fast either.
Well, I was going to say this is good for Sako that Raccoon didn't go for like a center defense because his sledge would just go to the tower and take a million years to kill it. But actually, the center Fang here is going to be pulling the sledge into the battle. So maybe unfortunate. Maybe Sako wouldn't do that if he knew this would occur.
No, I think it's useful. I mean, he doesn't know how Raccoon is positioned, but with how far away he is to the right, or like being right in front of the tower, the sledgehammers are so slow, they're not going to meaningfully like contribute to the fight on the left, but they will be slowly making their way over. So I think the timing here should be good for Sacco. Like, he might be able to get a debuff and then immediately turn, and there will be the sledgehammers.
Yeah, or in any case, he protects his tower. So yeah, I certainly see your point.
Well, let's see. We're slowly chewing through those sledgehammers. Ideal scenario here will be if at least a spider goes to tower. If both of them turn, then that's really bad. But we've got some crawlers on the mission, so it looks like it will be good. Will that spider go down, though?
Oof, man, that was close.
Oh, that timing is great.
Will it live? It does. Oh my god.
I mean, that is best case scenario for Sacco. He'll be happy with that. Also, starting with 3,900 hit points, another low hit point starter there. But dealing a decent amount of damage, and Raccoon getting down to around the same amount of hit points fast.
Indeed. It is Bird of Clock, aka round 2. And yeah, definitely an obvious pickup there. Stormcaller actually picked up here for Raccoon. You don't see that every day on defense. It's very good against tarantulas. I feel like when you start with your Stormcaller packs, you don't always sell out of them, but I pretty rarely see people actually like buy into them.
And this was a unit drop, right?
The Phoenixes were, yeah, not the Stormcaller. Two
I
Phoenixes,
quite like
actually.
that, though.
Yeah, it's cool. He's got it split, so.
Stormcaller is typically quite good into things like Tarantula and Saber, just because of how big and slow they are. Also, there's a lot of clumping of chaff happening for Sacco. Like,
yeah,
I don't
and like
quite like how much all of the crawler packs are like running through the fangs.
I agree. And he can combine the Stormcaller with like oil on the following turns, get even more clumpage and more accuracy. But in any case, the Phoenix is here doing really well. I think all 4 will be living, and if the Tarantulas live as well, that's going to be a lot of damage.
Yeah, this seems to have worked out really well. Again, the spider is living on a sliver of hit points remaining, and that's a pretty decent amount of damage yet again.
Let's see. We got mass-produced Phoenix. Definitely, they don't want to nerf their Phoenixes. Laser Sight scales really well, but I think the most important one here may be Wasp Swarm, since it is an aggro setting.
I
Sako
thought
does
you were
have to
going to
worry
say
about it.
supply enhancement just to troll me.
Oh my god. That would be
but
pretty
the
funny.
most important one, the plus 50s.
Exactly.
I'm happy
Okay.
neither of them picked it.
Yeah. So what do you think about the Wasp Swarm spell that was offered? How are they going to defend against it here?
I mean, well, we have a missile for Raccoon and we have a level 2 tower for Sako.
Yeah, and just doesn't worry about his left tower too much, I suppose.
I mean, he has a crawler there. It is a little bit too far out, though. I think the wasps follow the crawler better if it's near the flank. Oh, well, we get a Mustang, so
Yeah, full respect.
should be
Really
completely fine.
interesting. Just taking no risks here. I think he wants to keep his tempo going. I think he like really values this round in particular because Tarantula experience and Phoenix experience really relevant. You really do want to like one-shot the Arclights and the sledges with your birds as well.
Yeah, I think he's definitely realized that he's in a very good spot tempo-wise and just wants to make sure that he keeps winning because giving over a round like that when you feel like your opponent is currently still in a worse spot on the board just feels very bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, triple spider, I think we will probably see range next turn. It's one of those things that ideally you get on round 3 if you can, but if not, then round 4 is a good time to pick it up.
It's going to be a big round because, oh, the nice minus 50 there. Because, okay, so all the units come down next round, right? We get the Typhoon, we get the Farseer. We haven't seen Oil yet, so, like, Oil might come down. And then it's like, okay, does the Farseer now attack the other side? Do we keep attacking all in one side? And, like, the Oil turning into fire potential is very scary for Sako as well. He's got, like, the Mustang on that side. So let's see how they navigate this turn.
Oh, I mean, have a look at Sako's like board and the cards here. Gets the advanced power system, super nice when pushing in. Raccoon will skip, but he has double Phoenix levels, and he managed to pick up a level on the Tarantula. Yes, I know, it is actually possible.
Yeah, that's huge. That's going to be huge tempo. And he's got the laser on the bird now, level 2. That thing's a menace. And we'll see if Oil comes down, but it looks like he's going to attack the other side, or at least extend his line a little bit.
This is a very like Sako thing to do as well. I played into him when he did the similar strat, and like he basically does one aggro side, which is the left, and then the other side he kind of builds towards his tower defensively.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he's doing the staircase defense, considering there's like literally no aggression from Raccoon at all.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Like normally you do the staircase because either there's counter aggression or it's like a headbutt.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe he's a bit scared of like the Typhoon turn.
Yeah,
maybe
true.
it's like, you know, well, he's not Horrible Will, but if it was Horrible Will, then there might be a lot of stuff on the right side all of a sudden.
Yeah. Maybe he just doesn't have the chaff line for it yet, so he's like, if I put the Tarantula too far up, it just ends.
Yep. Meanwhile, you were right about the oil, and that has made a significant difference on the left. Those spiders, unable to move, will die quickly to the Stormcallers that have picked up a level. And that also means that the Phoenixes will be taken out from Sako.
That's pretty painful. And a Farseer just AFK on the tower, getting it really low but not killing it, not going to reduce any player damage at the end there. Feels bad, man.
Oh, round 5, level 2 melting points.
Man, even
That's
the Vulcan's
a chunky
good.
boy.
like Sako's got to worry about that oil being on fire from the Vulcan, right? You just literally can't ignore that as a possibility.
I mean, well,
Look at
okay, yeah,
that.
he's got a beacon. I was gonna say like he can't, but at the same time, what do you do about it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
Well,
your
it's like
chaff will just burn.
it may mess up your read, right? Like I could see
Yeah,
a world where you're very confident that's a Vulcan.
yeah. Well, and it's not. So does
Yep.
this play? Is this play worse knowing that your opponent is melting point now?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. I mean, if you have enough birds, I do tend to prefer being the bird player against the melter player. And I'm just not sure how to read this. Like, are we going to tech the melter? Are we keeping the melter? We sold. What did we sell for Sako here? I'm actually not
The
sure.
Farseer.
The Farseer. Okay, thank you. All right, that makes sense. I think the Farseer just can't put up with giants, and it was kind of AFK last round. And then I think on the following turn, we'll have to pay attention if he sells the melter or not. He could sell bird instead, right? Like, he's technically not in either one yet, as he has not teched them, and the deployments are relatively even.
Yeah, that's a fair point. The spiders, I mean, they are fast. Oh my days.
Yeah.
Surprised at how fast they're waddling there.
Yeah, that's actually going to be really helpful to deal with melters, right? Melters are slow. They turn very slow. So if we can just have tower pressure the entire game here with our Phoenixes, that's going to be a great counter.
Yeah, and speaking of Phoenixes, they're the only DPS left. One of them will die before the tower falls.
Yeah, I don't
And the other
think...
one now gets locked. That's really bad.
Yeah, probably another round here for Raccoon. Let's see. Sako's got to make some choices here. Like, you need, like, range on your birds if you're going in birds. Maybe charge shot as well. Or you need the range on the melter. We get additional deploy. That screams to me go Phoenix, no? Nope, I'm wrong.
Well, I'm glad Sako answered that before I did.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind the bird plan, but the problem with the bird plan, I mean, there's many problems. First of all, spells are insanely good against birds. There's just a lot of chaff, and you would need charge shot because level 3 melters being threatened here. Laser sight's also a little bit better on a melter than a Phoenix. So perhaps a great choice here by Sako.
We'll have to see how this turns out, because on the right side last round, the melting point got locked pretty quickly and then died. So if this happens again, then we're gonna be in a similar position where there might be a lack of DPS. Like, it has to be the melters surviving here to deal with the opponent melters.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. And with the amount of chaff that Sako is about to see here, with the 3 new Mustangs being added, and plus obviously additional deployment slot available, he's got to take the HE on his spiders in the following turn. I think the chaff game is going to be absolutely critical here with melters on both sides.
Yeah, I would love to see that high explosive being rushed as fast as possible for Sako. I think he does need it.
Yeah, like, look at this. So many Mustangs there. Tarantulas might fall before being able to clear them all. Left side, though, is it winning for Sako? I think it is. The right side, though, it's going to be close. I guess laser's on the right, so here it is, locking on the melter. Meanwhile, the melter on the left has the laser sight here for Raccoon, but there's stuff in the way, so Sako's going to pick up a round here.
All right, great bounce back, and we'll equalize the hit points as we enter round number 7. Of course, we've already had the unit drop on round 5, so this will just be something, and we're going to get, ooh, my favorite card, Improved Wasp, but both of them going to go for Advanced Shield Device.
Makes sense. Very powerful card. There's the HE, recognizing immediately there are Mustangs, and we do have melters. We need that chaff clear. Still a 750 in the bank here. Looks like Raccoon's buying one more melter. Sako's also buying one more melter. And I think it was just more Mustangs for Raccoon as well.
Yeah, he's now going on to the left side, so added one more Mustang. Oh, actually, one in the middle and one in the on the left.
Yeah. Oh, we got a flank here for Sako. That's a pretty cool move. I mean, there are some exposed chaff here. Like, I think this one at the very top, I guess some of it turns. And certainly the one just immediately touching the line will fall.
Yeah, I mean the melter I think turns as well though. Oh, never mind. Sako is cognizant of it, so adds a fang to make sure the melter goes forward.
Yeah, clever stuff
That's a
there.
nice, yeah, that's really good positioning there.
Shield
Will
is
the
gonna
spider
fall.
spawn in time though? Ooh, not even. Just dies to the crawlers.
Yeah, it might be good long term though. As long as he doesn't get punished on tempo here, he might be happy to have that. Look at the right here. Oh, we got 2 locks on melters, and that's the one with the laser sight. That's huge. We still have spiders left as well.
Yeah, and with the melter still alive, that's gonna be a tower debuff. 7 seconds, going the way of Sako. With this many spiders left, if most of them live, that's gonna be a lot of damage.
Wow, that's almost game.
Yeah, that's huge. Now down to 584 is Raccoon in this first game.
And what does Raccoon need here to swing things back? I mean, his oil is off cooldown, I believe, or it's on cooldown, right? Oh no, it's back.
It's
Okay,
back,
okay.
yeah. Also goes
So
for advanced missile device.
I don't think that does much, but you know, damaging shields a little bit ain't too bad. Okay, fire. That's what I was thinking. Is he just like needs a really good chaff clear? 'Cause I feel like Sako's winning the chaff war, right? So like he needs something that's as powerful as HE spiders. So fire does make sense.
But he's invested so much in his chaff clear in the past rounds. It must feel somewhat bad having to take
Yeah.
something for that specific purpose yet again. And we're gonna get underground crawlers now for Sako. Very good against the Mustangs that have been spammed. But it's also happens to be decent into the fire.
Yes, it's good against like a million things here. Like it's good against this level 1 Arclight, for example. Won't one-shot it. It's going to be good against the fire, the Mustangs you pointed out. So I think this is such a great move. And you can level up crawlers, of course. I mean, in a game all about the chaff war, picking up that right now and picking up the levels would be a great play. Also, they're speedy for whatever that's worth too, because we got the advanced power system. So they run through fire that much faster.
Oh, the spider on the top left, though, has locked onto the arc light, so it'll just clear one crawler pack. But, woof, this fire on the left is doing a great job. The crawlers are getting through on the right, where there isn't, like, that much fire, but the left is a little bit too much for them.
Okay, I think Sako has lived at this point. There was, like, a potential for oil to one-shot him, but yeah, I think he's good against that. He's going to lose the round, though.
Yeah, and, I mean, not by a small margin either. That looks like basically last round from Sako, but reversed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's
pretty
basically
much
sudden
is.
death. Yeah.
Alright, well, good thing is no more oil for Raccoon, so Sako doesn't have to worry too much about that.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do here? Do you actually buy, like, 8 missile interceptors?
Oof. I mean, you could. I'm not sure if you, or like how much you do care about the storms, though. I think it was mostly just like the oil made it way worse because it was just like such a like consistent amount of fire in a big area. Whereas if you looked at the right side, it didn't look that bad.
That makes sense. Well, I would like bubbles despite there being melters because they are advanced shield devices, 56,000 HP. Pretty dang good, protects you against fire a little bit.
I would be a little bit scared of Wasp here, though, if I were a Sako, but...
Yeah, really good point. He sold his Mustang, but thankfully, it just, yeah, it wasn't even tried. And Barrage looks good.
And is that sledgehammers with field maintenance?
Indeed. I mean...
Why? I mean, I get that it's good if it's leveled, but they're level 1.
Yeah, I feel like the tarantulas have enough levels that they actually will chew through it, no problem.
All right, well, let's see. How much can the Stormcallers do? That's what it's got to come down to. Otherwise, these crawlers could prove to be a problem. Also, Sako did go for that inevitable Melter Mirror tech with the EMP, which Raccoon hasn't gone for. So, If he can
Yeah.
turn off some techs, he'll definitely be favored. The crawlers are getting through the fire no problem from the looks of it.
Yeah, the speed really helping out there, but man, there is a lot of chaff left. I mean, I suppose there's a lot of tarantulas left too. Melters are now locking onto each other. We have one on the right, one on the left there. Tit for tat. We have 3 melters left against 3 melters. There's a tarantula left. It's being locked on. All the tarantulas are now... Oh, no, there's one left. The tower's going to fall here. Sako's punching through. He's going to take game 1. Oh, my gosh.
That is about as close as you'll get, though. Like, mind you, that was a really good tower timing, and that was being up EMP. I feel like, yeah, this could have gone either way if either player did anything different.
Absolutely. That's a crazy first game.
Wild. Well, Sako should be happy about that. We'll be at least 1 up in the series.
That's big momentum too. Winning a game like that, it was so close. Both players know that like either player could have won. And so just to not have to do a 2-0 reverse sweep and to just have to win one more game, that's got to feel so good here for Sako.
Yeah, especially after sadly having to lose that first best of 1, right? Like, that is always what you want to try and avoid in these brackets, because it means you got to take the long way. You have to play through 2 best of 3s, but at the very least, he knows that he has the wins in him today.
For sure. There's been some really interesting stuff to analyze today. Like, you mentioned the Wasp last game. That feels like it could be so much stronger than the Sledgehammers.
Yeah, I think Wasp probably would have won him the round, because it looked really close, and there was nothing on the board except the melters that would kind of lock on. And if you can keep the melters busy, then your melters will be completely safe.
Yeah, it's kind of like a classic late game thing, right? It's like you've checked all the boxes, you've got chaff clear on the ground, you've got your own chaff, etc. But then Wasp is like such a unique thing that kind of requires like a whole turn dedicated to countering it, unless you've been like diligently creating fangs throughout the game or you happen to be in Mustangs.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's I think it definitely would have made the difference, but it's sometimes hard to put your finger on it.
Yep.
When you're in the heat of the moment. Like, you've only got 90 seconds, so sometimes it will just slip your mind, and I think that's maybe what happened there.
Yeah, I agree. There's so many plays late in the game too, and like you already have so many like efficient things that are creating massive opportunity costs. Like, you know, for example, the EMP barrage that Sako took was so powerful. You always want to buy more melters, so you have redundancy, more chaff. I mean, he had storm callers, so he has to be thinking in his head like, okay, eight missile interceptors are going to be coming down, right? So now I don't have fire anymore. So does that mean that I buy more storm callers?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a matchup I'm definitely not too familiar with, and honestly, one I would love to avoid where possible.
Yeah. No,
I
I'm with
always
you.
like despise having to play these type of mirrors, because I'm like, well, I want to do this, but I see no reason for my opponent not to do this. So like, how on earth am I like getting an advantage then?
Yeah, for sure. Would you classify Raccoon as more of an aggro player than a standard player by looking at the heat map here?
Mm, I mean, if I'm just looking at the heat map, no, I don't think so. It seems like they just play like a middle like defense, or
Yeah,
they play
true.
standard.
4,
Yeah, good point. I suppose looking at that density in the middle there could just be center defense.
And that's just me looking at the heat map, by the way, because I know them from ladder, and they're like a very, very like defensive player.
Yeah. Okay, Sako has a nice elite pack if he wants to just spam the hounds. Like legit, that looks pretty dang good to
Yeah,
me.
I mean, elite hound spam has felt really good, but oh man,
Come on, man.
we're
Still got
happy to
hounds
have him
though.
back, but I think we're still not going to be able to convince him that elite is busted.
I know. Okay, those. Look at this, by the way. His heat map is like really coming true here. Okay, he's backing
Yeah,
up a
so
little
this is
bit.
kind of like that. Okay. Oh, still, the sledgehammers are very far forward, but they might get placed further back too.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, those are like really far forward sledges. Like when I play standard, which is not often, but I mean, I put them like 20 meters, maybe 30 meters more back than that.
Yeah,
Like, what
for
is up
me,
with
they
that?
tend to be like one square from where the front of the tower is.
Yeah, that close, huh? So like that's crazy that he puts them like 50 meters ahead of yours. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I also do play
Hmm.
the marksman a bit further back, but at the same time, I'm not a massive standard player, so I'm sure that this guy and these, well, both of these players know more about the positioning than I do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe he's like thinking in the early rounds, I want to get the hounds stuck on my sledgehammers and not killing my crawlers.
Yeah, maybe.
Hard to imagine why else, at least for me.
I mean,
I mean,
we'll have to see if that's actually what happens, though. Well, the hounds are at least in the middle, so it looks like that might be the case.
it was definitely close to occurring. It may not occur because Sokka placed them pretty conservatively.
Oh, they're still tanking pretty well, but the hounds managed to get rid of the crawlers on the sides. And now the storms are hitting pretty well. This might end up... Oh, I don't know. It's tough to call. Ooh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Those salvos are absolutely horrific. Will
Yeah, when
probably
in
be the
doubt,
rounds going over too.
sledgehammer wins.
Yeah. Okay, well, pretty good round. 3 marksmen left alive and a couple sledges. That's about 400 damage.
Insta skip from Sako here. These don't look very inspiring. I suppose extended range marksman, you really got to think about it. It's an expensive card, but man, 30 range, that is a lot.
It is. I think here, knowing that Sako, because I'm kind of peeking on the board, has picked up a Phoenix. In hindsight, extended range marksman would be pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to agree there. You just having that range advantage in the sniper battle, pretty big. This is a great comp, by the way, from Sako. Hound plus Phoenix. Extremely meta right now. The range of the hounds just makes them tank really well for the Phoenixes. And it's just pure DPS machine.
And the surprising thing is that this works quite well in standard.
Yeah. It really does.
Wow, aggressive missile even here coming out from Sako, saying those sledges, they don't belong up there, sir.
I mean, it's such a great identification of the toughest thing to deal with on your board, right? Like, hounds just struggle into sledges so much. And by the way, if they ever level, that's pretty scary. Like, I'm almost tempted to like missile the one with higher experience, but I suppose they're close enough. It's like pretty whatever.
Well, you have to feel like with these moves, Sako will pick up a round.
Yeah, I think he's got it.
Turn just seems a lot stronger as well. Managed to pick up 2 more hounds and a Phoenix, whereas Raccoon just goes for a crawler and 2 arc lights.
Yeah, for sure. Hounds are just so strong, man. Like, you really need like tempo or level advantages against them. Like white arc lights, just like without charge shot, man, they're not good enough.
I mean, I feel like sometimes a hound pack even like takes longer to kill for an arc light than a crawler pack.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
Because we could see it there on the right side. Sometimes it was only hitting 1 hound and it needs 3 shots to kill a hound.
Yeah. Oh, we got some golden cards here on round 3. We could make some giants. Improved boat has seen pretty good success in MAG1. Amplifying core, currently no big holders for them. And smoke bomb and standard, I mean, that can be pretty nasty. I could see it being pretty good here against Raccoon. They want the money, though. Looks like Sako going to keep the symmetry going. Look at that. Perfect symmetry. He takes the attack enhancement. That's basically saying I want to one-shot crawlers with my hounds. And even if it doesn't do that, I mean, the DPS against the sledges is real. You care just about hound DPS in all facets. I mean, they're critical. They're not just shaft clear. They're actually quite important, just DPS in general, especially if you get levels, which he has not really been able to do yet. It looks like he's got about half bars on almost every hound, so kind of unfortunate. He may not even level any this round.
Yeah, that's I guess the one thing he's missing. Other than that, his setup looks really, really strong. Already has like 5 hounds with range, has the attack enhancement as you mentioned. And the nice thing about this comp is that even with the range, hounds are sitting at 110, which means the phoenixes, without having the range enhancement, still sit behind. And that's a problem that other Chaffgear units often have. Like if you range your Arclight, it'll sit behind your Phoenix. If you range your Vulcan, it'll sit behind your Phoenix. But this
Yep.
guy, you could just give it range and your Phoenixes are fine.
Yep, so critical to point out indeed. Now we get unit reinforcements round 4. That's as late as possible here, and they are some pretty powerful stuff here. And somewhat surprising picks. I do like the Farseer, as I do think the splash and damage profile of a Farseer is rather good against hounds. And balls here, I think, also makes sense because you're going to care more and more about the damage output of your hounds, and you're sort of lacking tanks, and you only have your 3 crawlers against a lot of Arclights. So really sound moves from both players, I think.
Yeah, I really like this steel ball pickup because I think the Farseer pickup is an easy one. Like you'll never really be super sad about it. It's just always somewhat correct. But the steel balls in this scenario definitely allow for some interesting plays, and they're gonna be hard to take down against a board that is like level 1 arcs, you know, level 1 sledges, level 1 marksman. Even the Farseer like can do all right, but it's not meant to like deal efficiently with steel balls.
For sure. So we thought about ASIM, decided not to. We sold the Stormcaller, by the way. I quite like that move. I mean, they're like helping take down the Arclights, but the thing is we just don't need them to do that role anymore because we filled out our board now. We've got Phoenixes on the wings, not just on the inside. And while we may be threatening something like Fortress Anti-Air, I'm not sure the tempo is there. Look at Raccoon's HP total.
Yeah, down to 2600, and with 2 more Phoenixes on the board, now up to 4. Sacco realizing that he's the one pushing in with the Hounds, with the Phoenixes, just goes for those steel balls and says, well, the Stormcallers don't belong on this aggressive of a board, and I'm going to turn the heat up to 100.
Yeah, exactly. Now there's a crawler problem on the right. I don't know if the tower will fall as a result. I mean, I suppose we're pushing in on the left as well. The battle may simply resolve by the time the crawlers get on the tower. It's going to be close, though. The Phoenixes need to get on it like right now. Oof, unfortunately, no. But honestly, not able to take advantage of the debuff too much. And looks like another round win for Sokpo.
Yeah, I mean, just a fine tower trade, really. And when I'm looking at these Phoenixes, I think one, maybe... Oh, just the one. Ooh, Orbital, though. Is that a problem?
Orbital is really powerful here for both players, right? I mean, it's better against Sako for sure, by a lot. But I mean, Orbital's Orbital, right? Like, I'm surprised by the additional deployment slot here from Raccoon.
Well, his player card, I think, did say, like, something greed.
Yeah,
something greed.
Always greed, something like that, yeah. Okay, he does go for the Fortress, which I feel is not synergistic with taking advanced deployment slot unless you think you're actually creating 4 per turn at some point. But in any case, I mean, deployment slot's a good card, don't get me wrong, but it'll be fine. Now, the question is, can he stabilize? Because actually, if he does stabilize, I mean, he can just win the game.
Yeah, I mean, 1940, it wouldn't take much here from Sacco. I don't think he can finish it in 1 turn, just because he has small units, but...
Yeah.
Maybe Corgi realizes this and says, I need 2 turns and I'll get at least that, so let's play for the long term.
Yeah.
And take that deployment slot card.
For sure. Well, we sentryed once again. Orbital just managed to connect on the marksman there in the back and the Arclight. Phoenixes are currently dealing DPS to the Fortress on the right. Crawlers are piling in. We do have a few steel balls still alive, but there actually we still have 2 left. Some Phoenixes falling.
Those AA salvos were really good, though. Only 1 blue Phoenix left alive, and that will now die as well. Oh, never mind. The tower goes down at the exact right time to prevent that from happening.
Once again, though, tower's going to fall to crawlers, but I guess it matters a little bit this time.
Oof.
Okay. That was through an orbital. Good for Raccoon.
Yeah, that is a really, really nice turn. So now if you're Sacco, what do you do? Do you go
Exactly.
for a Melter pivot? You haven't teched your Phoenixes yet.
I don't think so. I think you're looking to do like air chaff or just something to distract to keep your Phoenixes safe. That or you tech like energy shield. Also, by the way, I have seen Sako go for triple Mustang, missile interceptor per turn over and over and over against forts.
Okay. It'd be good against the Farseers as well, and honestly, those Farseers have been doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
We get the loan out from Sacco, round 6, 1600 in the bank. Is this a blue factory?
Ooh.
Oh.
It's
Okay,
not
it's a
blue.
level 1.
Yeah, why was it not blue? Was the money not there? It may not have been there.
He went for some other deployments. You can see like Hound and Crawler flank on the top left.
Yeah, true.
So I think he could have purchased it at blue.
Yeah, maybe like just barely, right? He would need to pay like 500 more to acquire that, basically.
I
So
guess he wouldn't have been able to get the armor tech.
yeah, I think that's true. So maybe his play was good. He saves 100 by not having to press that button. Maybe it survives long enough anyhow. Salvos come in on the Phoenixes. No kills on the left at the very least. The one on the right, I suppose, fell. The War Factory is kind of dying. I think it's about to fall
Yeah,
here.
it's going down. Steel balls are locked onto the fortress at least. It seems like the left side is even and/or winning for Sacco. Probably winning. But the right side hasn't been dealt with, and now the factory is down and there's no Phoenixes left.
Yeah, and this time his tower doesn't fall on the right. We have a bunch of Hounds left. I'm not sure if they can win the round, but I mean, could be worse.
Wow, have a look at that DPS.
I know.
Shaft gear 100 cost, by the way.
Literally gonna say those exact words.
This
Oh
is
man,
fine.
this is fine. Don't worry about it. All right, what do you think about these unit drops?
Hmm.
I see a degen, like I see like an air chaff angle. Like Sako doesn't go for it, but it was an option.
Yeah, but it's a bit scary, right? I mean, maybe for a turn, but the opponent does have marksman, so AA could be a
Yeah,
problem then.
yeah, have to agree.
It
And
just feels like, do you go for a play that will only work for a turn, hoping that it'll finish off your opponent? Or do
yeah,
you take to, like, sell?
yeah, good point. Okay, I feel like Raccoon's in a really good position here, but I mean, it's certainly not over. The Rhinos, how do you feel about the Rhinos?
I can see it. Look, armor is really good on them, and they're level 3, so they're gonna be able to tank quite a bit, but Raccoon has done the correct thing and has leveled 2 fortresses, and they're not
Yep.
bad into Rhino per se.
I have to agree, yeah. Okay, energy shields picked up. That's going to keep the Phoenixes alive a bit longer, but man, there's a lot of forts on the battlefield. We also have an air threat here for Raccoon, so if all the Phoenixes die, which kind of isn't an inevitability, that's just free air wins.
And Sacco going for a lot of things here immediately, right? He tries to make his Phoenixes survive a bit more with the shield. He goes for the Rhino play with the armor, hoping to maybe push it into the right side and get a tower debuff. And he goes for loose formation Crawler into his opponent's forts and Arclights. But there is Wraith as well. Now, Wraith isn't like insane untech'd into loose formation, but it might help.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'm really curious how this will play out. I feel like Sako did a lot of great moves here. Maybe the least one I'm sure about is the Rhinos, but honestly, they're coming in. They're going to punch this blue fort. Chop, chop, chop. It's a lot of DPS and actually really significant tank value as well. The energy shield going to keep the Phoenixes alive. The left side has been fortified, so Sako is okay over there, and I think we're coming in on the tower.
We are, but left side is looking dicey, I say that. It looks like we've got nothing, but we have a level 4 Hound with haste model that's just taking down fortresses.
What's our AA left, though? We have just 2 Phoenixes, 1 Phoenix.
One.
That's the air
Make
cheese
it
I
one.
mentioned. Oh,
Yep.
no.
Oh,
That's
there
600.
we go. Okay, well, the
Oh,
Rhinos
man.
did fantastic, but they were part of that, you know, the plays that you had that would probably work for one turn and then get much weaker turns after.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if like Melter will come out, but at the very least, the forts will pick up levels and we'll just scale better.
I am kind of surprised there's not more fortress levels.
Yeah, me too. Okay, Wraith has been ranged. We're picking up a Wasp Swarm to throw in the middle. That's just to make all of the Fortress anti-air rockets hit that. Instead of the Phoenixes, honestly, I don't know if that's that strong of a move, but it's worth trying. Now, we do have War Factory unlocked. Like, we still can try a blue one, but I guess the question is, how do we create safe anti-air? Because we don't want to lose to the Wraiths.
Yeah, it's a tough question. You could just hope that you can punch in fast enough. I don't think a blue factory on the right side would be that bad.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You're at
We don't...
2.4k hit points as well, so you could probably gamble for another turn. Oh, we do get
Yeah.
elite.
We get the blue button. We get the car. Okay, beep beep.
There it is.
On the corner where it belongs. The Wasp Swarm has been moved to the top center. I like that more, I think. I think that looks pretty good.
And also picked up another blue Phoenix, which of course will have the port shield, so...
Yeah, this is a good try. I like what he's doing.
Yeah, recognizes that indeed he does need a bit more AA, so at least buys that Phoenix and then tries to play for the Tara debuff and killing those fortresses on the right side.
Yep. Here comes the
Again,
Rhino.
though, yeah, the Rhinos are just getting in.
Yeah, it chopped a fort. The blue fortress as well took significant damage. Down it goes. Birds on the left about to fall. We have 4 birds on the right. We have some tower pressure coming in. We're not quite getting the tower, though. Okay, down it goes. There's 2 wraiths on the left, though.
There is, and these marksmen have got AA since this round.
Yeah. Just 1/4 though. Okay.
Oh, the Phoenixes go down again.
Yeah. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Can the Wraith actually kill it?
No, I don't think so. This is just a tie. So 500 damage to Raccoon and then 600 to Sacco.
Okay, so it's just your win condition? What if we make another blue war factory?
Do you want to just try and keep trading?
Yeah. I think I'm
I guess
down.
you can probably just win the left side if you have a factory there, but the question is, will Raccoon put off buying a melter for any longer?
Yeah. Okay, how good is this javelin here? Because I think it
Mm,
looks good for Sako. Port shield, though, by the way. Pretty good here for Raccoon. Gets a really tanky fort if he wants it. Or what about Fire
yeah, and
Vulcan?
the forts are big enough too. Fire Vulcan? For whom?
For, to kill the Hounds of Sako. Do you think there's merit there?
I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough, right?
We do get the Jav, but that Fortress is level 2, so we'll survive. At least I guess it'll kill a Wraith. Oh,
I think it
double
doesn't
shot
even...
forts.
Ooh, kind of a decent
But what's
move.
the play?
Oh,
More
no.
Rhinos? Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh,
I think
no.
it's over.
I think we've gone too far down the barrel with this one.
Yep. I just can't imagine Sako winning this one here. Like, the Javelin is good. The thing is, it doesn't even hit the Fortress. The Fortress moves. Like, I think it's actually just hitting the Wraith and the Arclight.
Yeah, no, this is... never mind the Jav. Like, going Rhino with Photon
Yeah.
into the double shot turn is really, really bad.
Yeah, if anything, I prefer Boom. Like, as silly as that sounds.
Yeah. I mean, look, maybe there's something here that I'm missing, but to me, a double shot fort into Rhino could be very fort favored. Wait, oh my god, the Jav even missed the Wraith.
Oh, did it really?
Yep, it's still there.
That's crazy.
Oh no.
I can't even...
Took out like an arc light.
Okay, well, the Rhinos are starting to evaporate. We have a lot of birds left. We have a little bit of hounds. There's a lot of wraiths left, though.
Oh no.
And it's gone.
Oh no.
All right, that's going to even up the series here. It's all going to come down to this next match. Monka S.
That was such a sad turn. Like,
I agree.
everything went wrong. It's like you didn't read that the opponent would go double shot fort, and then you try the Rhino thing, and you run into that.
Yeah, it feels bad for sure. That's
and
going
then
to
the
hurt.
Jav misses as well. It's like, oh. I mean, it'd be like that sometimes.
The Jav missed because it was sold, I guess.
What was sold?
The Wraith, right? Am I tripping?
No.
Wasn't the Wraith like...
Nope, it was there. It just moved to the flank. with
Hmm.
speed.
Interesting. Okay, well, feels bad, man.
Yeah, I mean, I respect it. It was a pretty decent comp, and he was doing really well, but then Forte A showed up, and Raccoon just stabilized. Keep in mind, he also took that additional deployment flank, or additional deployment card, which I guess allowed him to scale even more. And it's just really tough to play into something like Giants if you're not going for it yourself. Like at some point, you're just on a clock, and then you hit like round 8, 9, 10, and you're sitting there like, well,
Yeah.
I'm running out of tricks.
I felt the Wraith plays from Raccoon were really smart because it like putting pressure on a Phoenix player's AA when you have Fortress anti-air barrage is really tricky to deal with.
Yep. Was this actually like an Abyss angle? Like,
I don't know. I haven't been seeing a lot of Abyss lately, and I personally have not tried out that sort of game state. Now there were marksmen.
yeah, I mean, like, it probably has to be a level 2 Abyss, and it feels bad because he had already unlocked War Factory as well, so it's like getting really expensive in terms of
yeah.
unlocks of units that you're only like briefly using, but
Yeah, it could be for a turn.
theoretically, like, it should be okay. Like, it can tank the AA so the Phoenixes live, and it is good into stuff like Fortress.
Yeah, and it would kill the
I don't know.
wraiths should there be that end game concern. Although I guess it
It
tanks for the
is a
phoenixes.
bit out there though.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of in the desperation play column.
Indeed. Sako's life is on the line, guys. Give him your energy. This would be really sad to see him go out. He's got to make it to the round of 8, guys. Come on. He's like one of the best players in the world. I'd easily give him top 5.
Oh yeah. I mean, his accounts are like top 2 and top 4. I think number 2 and 4. So
I know.
like the stats are backing him up as well.
Yeah, 100%.
But he's
Definitely
gotta
deserves it.
make it through the 201 rookie first.
5,
With Raccoon making a debut, and
2,
well, we can all be sure that he wants to put on a performance, and he's managed to take a game. Will he be able to take one more? Here is game 3. Winner will go on to face Horrible Will. Loser will be out of MAG1 Season 3.
Indeed, such an important game here, especially for the 501 region. We are outmatched today, outnumbered in general, rather. And I mean, it would be so sad to lose Sako here. Storm Mirror.
Looks like we are just going to get a standard game between these two players. A little bit of a difference right away. We've got Stormcallers on the inside for Raccoon, Stormcallers on the outside for Sako.
Yep, nothing crazy like a Horrible Will Vertical Storm, though. Very tame
And
opener.
it is. Yeah, double crawler is pretty common. I think it does lose because the opponent is double arc.
Yeah.
I used
Yeah,
to know like what would win and what wouldn't, but I haven't played enough standard lately.
for sure. And Arclight's lost a decent chunk of their HP, so that's also like factoring into these early rounds. And yeah, we don't play standard a lot with Storm packs, so I'm not super sure. I think the Arclight wins,
Okay.
though.
Yeah, I mean definitely now Raccoon went
Oh.
for a third deployment, so
Yeah.
there's another crawler. Surely he has to win now.
You would imagine, yeah.
Oh, Arclight does get splashed a bit, but won't quite die.
Yeah, the Fangs are doing their best here. It will tank decently. Actually, on the left. Oh, no. Storm's falling before the Fangs. That's not what you want. Left side disaster.
Yeah, it's a tough like first round here.
Yeah, you were never winning, but I feel like the mitigation really didn't go well.
That's true. That's a good amount of hit points gone. It's like 600.
Yeah, 600. A little painful.
Oof.
Shield airdrop. Always a tempting card early on. Cooldown of 2 for basically shield value that you need all game long. I mean, there's also advanced shield
Okay,
device, but
But what about extended range Sledgehammer.
Actually, I'm glad you point that out. Let's think. Do they have? They don't have any sledges yet. They could get into them. Yeah,
But they can
Sako
get
goes for
2.
it. Yeah,
Oh, yes. He has
man.
the
Okay.
correct text for it, too. He has EMP available.
Yeah, it's a little sad into the shield airdrop. There's actually potential for just complete disaster here because Sako's on 3400 HP. That's really not a lot. This card takes a little bit to get online, and they are complete garbage at taking down shields.
Yeah, but he has 2 Storms, right? And Storms are like probably one of the best anti-shield units you can get in the early game.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like with that backup, you might be fine.
Let's hope so, because yeah, I definitely agree with you, but like shield airdrops are really tanky. It still takes a lot of salvos. But he's
Yeah,
not, he
that's
put it
true.
so far back though that honestly
It probably
it's
just
like,
doesn't even get hit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything's
it's just
sitting
like
outside.
yeah. So I guess there's nothing to worry about. The only disaster is like when you're actually getting value out of it, right? Like it goes down to like 1% HP and then lives. That's where the disaster happens.
Okay, but Sledgehammers are doing fine. Okay, never mind. They are getting stuck on the shield.
I mean, if the
I
shield
feel like
lives
you'd
here,
be
it's fine.
fine. Well, I think you're fine as well, or even better. Like if you can take the shield but lose the round, which looks to be the case,
Oh my gosh, that is huge.
or even tie. Stormcaller,
Oh my gosh.
3v4, and they won. That's insane.
Indeed. Okay, that was a great round for Sako. Getting an ER sledge is also pretty good. I've like almost never seen. Ooh, interesting cards here.
Additional deploy.
Yeah,
Okay,
if you
we'll
want to
pick
go
that
for a
up.
lot of sledges, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, more crawlers as well. I think
Yeah.
Sako will want some marksman here at some point. It's like the only sniper unit that can stay behind the extended range sledgehammers.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say I've almost never seen people take ER sledge with no sledges on the battlefield.
Yeah, I mean that was also like a product I think from back when sledgehammers weren't free to unlock. It's a lot easier to get into now.
Yeah, excellent point.
Like beforehand, you would have picked that card and you could only buy 1 sledge. That's a massive difference from being able to pick it and buy 2.
Yeah, it's night and day difference. It's so cool that you just get these extra lines thanks to that change. Such a great change.
All right, well, and for now, Raccoon isn't really punishing the low amount of anti-air, although he also doesn't have much himself. And with 2 more sledgehammers on the field, this
Yeah.
is looking pretty decent for Sako. I think the first tech you always want is mech rage.
Agree. Yeah, you usually don't need range. I mean, especially with ER, right?
Do we get some sledgehammer levels? I feel like we do. Yes, in the middle. I think both
Yeah,
of them in
there's
the middle.
2 levels available, I think. 3 or 2.
And this
okay.
is going to be a big round. We got unit reinforcements. We've got the Farseer now for Sako.
Yeah, and there's the anti-air. I believe these are going to be sold, the Wraiths.
Ooh. Okay,
they're
level 3
annoying, though.
Scorpion. I mean, that is not actually a counter to extended range Sledgehammer in the long run. But
Yes.
it is very tanky.
Agreed. There'll be a DPS issue until we like drop an item, like an amplifying core, something like that. Okay, we have for range first. Is this a nod to the Scorpion, or do you think it's just good, period?
Yeah, it might be. I think ideally you go mech rage just because of, I mean, look at how much chaff there is on the enemy field. But you
Yeah.
might be scared of the Scorpion.
Yeah, makes sense. There's the
Again-
Wraith Cell. Ooh.
Ooh, okay, a flank coming in.
Great play there. I mean, he's basically got the round. Like, his obstacle is killing 2 Fangs. I'm sure he can do
Yeah,
it.
which a Wraith can certainly do.
Yeah. All right, interesting game we have here. The Scorpion really creating a new threat here. But, I mean, the Sledge is kind of getting online.
Well, let's have a look. The Wraith is moving in, has dealt the first pack of Fangs. So step 1 of the 2-step plan has been completed.
Indeed. The debuff will be nice too. We're gonna get some significant DPS here against the Scorpion. Like, I think we have a ground win in addition to the air win at this point. Farseer's doing deeps as well.
Oh, that's a big round.
It's a big round, yeah. That's probably pretty close to a 1k damage, I guess.
And this was again a 3,500 opening pack for Raccoon. So, yeah, he's already down to half now, sitting at 1,700,
Ooh.
and we're in the mid game.
Okay, so a bunch of sledges leveled. That's very good. We even have the storm levels for what's that's worth. I thought we were gonna put the nano on the Scorp, but we sold it.
Yeah, it's been sold, and now we're going into Sandworm. I like this a lot more, though, because Scorpion is just not a winning matchup into extended range Sledgehammer down the line. Whereas I can see Sandworm's work. It can be tricky, though. They're only level 1, and all the Sledgehammers are leveled. One is level 3, and they've also got Mech Rage now.
Yeah. I'm like trying to think how much healing this is. I think as long as you have like 2 sledges attacking it that are level 2, it eventually falls. Like, I think technically Sako can win this against the Nano. It's just going to be pretty tough. Now, the Wraith is kept. There is a Mustang as the answer. And there's the shield airdrop here is really clutch as well. So, really good defense here. I like that Sako kept it. Let's skill check. Oh, wait.
Wait, does this Wraith not just win?
Did he get
there's
Crawler
one
Surf?
Mustang inside. I think he might have, yeah.
I think he got
I mean,
Crawler
also
Surf.
the Mustangs don't have range, so...
Yeah, for sure. But, I don't know. It felt like a bit of both, maybe.
Okay, well, it'll just be a stalemate, but it's still not great for Raccoon.
Yeah, I totally agree. But, you know, maybe the worms just get it done all on their own. We need, like, tower pressure on the left here for Sako. Maybe we don't need it. I don't know.
I mean, one worm is already down, but the other one has the nano repair, which is definitely a problem. And as it keeps burrowing, healing back up, it will take the tower. And then start feasting on the level 2 sledges and level.
Okay, we got the shield. We may lose the round to the worm, but getting that shield was at least something.
Oh, it just doesn't die.
Nope, it ain't gonna die.
It even
Really,
one-shots
though,
the level. Oh,
not the worst.
no, it doesn't quite, but...
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's a
okay.
tie?
That's good for Sako.
Crazy. Okay, but how do you deal with the worm now? Do you just go for truck?
I mean, that's the question. Truck looks very, very good, but...
Oh.
Airdrop.
Did someone call?
I mean, that's just great, right? I mean, we get the Raiden. I just massively favor Sako here.
Oh, loose formation is a great click as well when the chaff clear is nothing but arc lights.
Yeah, for sure. I think you get one more melter. I don't know if you arrange it or not, but I tend to just default do that. I love his play here, though. The thing is, like, there's so much tower pressure if you have a bunch of sledges on the ground. Like, the Raiden does not protect the tower. And the left side's looking pretty exposed. It is level 2, but, like, whatever.
And we even get a third tech on the sledgehammers with EMP.
Yeah. We're loaning as well.
Doesn't do that much, but maybe he was expecting a tech on the worms to come out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it. Like, trying to neutralize, like, the melter range or multi-defrag. I'm not sure.
Left side, though, that is simply losing for Raccoon.
Yeah.
He's kind of given up. He's leveled the tower at least, but that will yield the debuff somewhere during the mid-round.
For sure. I'm a little surprised we only have the one melter, just in case, like, a beacon moves all the worms to the left, but... yeah, it's fair. It's fair play, though.
Well, let's see. This melter is going to have a very important task ahead of it. Basically, going to have to deal with the worms. And if it can only deal with one, then preferably with the level 2 that has a nano.
Yeah, exactly. Melter got kind of pulled to the center. It's actually pretty good. Gonna be no concerns about the Melter's positioning here. It's locked onto a worm. Down it goes. That's a level 2 Melter. The DPS is crazy. Everything's EMP'd for whatever that's worth. They're really slow, even underground. Raiden's still alive, though, but there's a lot of stuff to chew through. We got Fangs running up in front. We are now locked onto the Nano, and down it goes. Other worm is down. Left tower gonna fall here eventually. Raiden's down. And that's the game for Sako.
Yeah, absolutely massive round. And that's just about going to be enough. So Sacco punches his ticket to the next game here in the lower bracket. We'll be facing Horrible Will, but his story is not over yet.
That's the start, though, man. The start of the comeback from the day. Going at the start 0-1, but then gonna 2-0 his way back through. Punch his ticket into the round of 8. I'm feeling it, guys. He can do it. He's gonna feel the momentum after that game. Horrible Will, no problem. He's beat him all the time on the ladder.
Which is a scary thing to say, but we know Sacco can do it. And I just want to say, you know, we are very happy, of course, that our 501 representative makes it through, but kudos goes out to Raccoon there on his debut. A tough group to be in, but a great showing, even taking a game there off Sacco. So we'll be looking forward to seeing his next appearance.
Yeah, for sure. That guy is really good.